So, very recently, we received new info from the Big Three about their plans for the future and what we can expect from the next generation of consoles. So today, we're going to go through all the details and talk about what it means for us in the next couple of years. If you enjoy this video and find it informative, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and go and check out my other socials that can be found in the description. Starting with Nintendo first, the Switch 2 is on the way with a targeted release window of Q1 2025. So at the time of this recording, we're roughly 11 to 13 months away from the next Nintendo console. When the Nintendo Switch 2 does release, I expect to see games like a new Mario Kart, a new Pokemon game like Legends Arceus, or even Generation 10. But one thing we can all agree on is that they seriously need to upgrade their hardware and the in-game engines they use. Scarlet and Violet, for instance, felt like an optimized downgrade compared to Legends Arceus, with the same render distances, plus awful frame rate drops and an infestation of bugs. With Nintendo being approached by Microsoft to put Call of Duty back on their consoles for the first time in over 10 years, Nintendo really need to step up. If the Switch 2 turns out to not be optimized enough to handle big AAA games, I think they should potentially look at creating a powerful successor to the Nintendo Wii in the far future. Otherwise, big game franchises just won't bother going to Nintendo, and they will of course lose out on making a lot of money. So whatever is planned for the Nintendo Switch 2, I really hope the console can make the future games look less outdated and outperformed. Moving on to PlayStation next, they just recently mentioned that the PS5 is reaching the end of its life cycle, which is surprising since some people still can't get their hands on the console. And to make matters worse, PlayStation also announced that they won't be releasing any more first-party exclusives until April 2025 at the earliest. So there won't be a new God of War, Spider-Man, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us, or anything else for at least another 14 months. Now, this doesn't mean there won't be anything to play on the PS5 until then, but you can't expect a massive drought in new games to play. Nonetheless, even Xbox is coming to the rescue by giving PlayStation players some of their exclusives. You can expect Pentiment and Hi-Fi Rush, Grounded, one of the best and most unique survival games on the market, and Sea of Thieves, which is, in my opinion, the best multiplayer pirate game ever made. So, if you were thinking of purchasing a PS5 anytime soon, you may want to take into consideration that it is reaching the end of its life cycle, so it's probably worth waiting for the PlayStation 6. Or perhaps the PS5 Pro, which is releasing holidays 2024, might also pique your interest, as recent rumors have confirmed the specs, and it sounds very powerful. Compared to the standard PS5, render times are expected to be 45% faster. Ray tracing could be 2 or 3 times more powerful. It has more than triple the amount of teraflops, and it targets to support up to 8K resolution. So despite the many lows the PlayStation has right now, there are also many highs to look forward to in the future. Lastly, we have Xbox, and out of these three, I think they have been the center of recent controversy. It all started with a rumor that Xbox had plans to give players on other platforms a handful of their exclusive games. But it was officially announced that these are the only Xbox games going to PlayStation, as well as the Nintendo Switch. This weird marketing tactic does not signify that all of these games will be released on other platforms, and that it's a strategic decision for specific titles that have reached their full potential on Xbox and PC. However, it appears that despite this, Xbox players are not going to be offered anything. As great as it is that other platforms get to experience Xbox games, how does this benefit Xbox players? Well, it doesn't. Not directly anyway. Xbox sees an opportunity to utilize other platforms to drive more business to these games as an investment in their futures. By putting these games on other consoles, the studios behind them will receive a new influx of income that they could use to fund their franchise. Let's take Sea of Thieves for example. This is an amazing game, and with how rich in content it is, there is still much more room to expand upon. It's possible that the money this game will make from PS5 players could be enough to fund bigger updates. And as more pirates join the Sea of Thieves, perhaps now is the right time to say, add the new regions to the game. One thing that I really want to know is, can we expect this to happen again? Because if it does, why pay for an Xbox console exclusive if it eventually launches on PlayStation or Nintendo? If these studios make great money for being on other platforms and use it to make their games bigger and better, great. But as an Xbox player, I think this shouldn't happen again unless we get a platform exclusive in return. I know Phil Spencer preaches his dislike for exclusivity, but this is how the world works. Companies have to hold on to their exclusives as they are part of what creates the identity of the company. For example, you're never going to see DC Comics share the rights to Batman with Marvel. If that ever happened, comic book fans would lean more towards Marvel as it's gained more benefits. If this continues to happen in the foreseeable future, why should we remain on Xbox when Nintendo and PlayStation will get the same things whilst they get to keep their exclusives to themselves? Other than that, Xbox announced a few more things. Firstly, Activision and Blizzard games are coming to Game Pass, starting with Diablo 4 in late March. With this info, I'll say I'm 75% confident that Call of Duty 2024 could also be on the Game Pass. And secondly, Xbox has some exciting stuff coming out in hardware to share this holiday season, and they are going to be focusing on delivering the largest technical leap we have ever seen in a hardware generation. Could this be hinting at an Xbox Series X Pro, an Xbox handheld, or perhaps the next-gen Xbox console? We will have to wait and see. That is all I have for now in the world of console news and rumors, but be sure to let me know what you guys think. What are you hoping for from the Nintendo Switch 2? How do you feel about PlayStation not getting any first-party exclusive games until spring 2025? And what other Xbox exclusive could you see going on other platforms? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed and found this informative, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Much love everyone, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.